businesses, stocks, investments, markets, entrepreneurships, national revenues. Just few of the words that define economy. Know the status of economy in Saudi Arabia and the world, and be updated with its ups and downs every week as Saudi Broadcasting Corporation presents an hour of Economy Report. Economy Report. Only on Saudi Radio.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome to a new episode of Economy Report. This episode is being directed by Abdul Latif Al Musa and brought to you by Abdurrahman bin Muhammad Al Husseini. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome, dear listeners, to this episode of Economy Report. Tonight we are joined by Mr. Fطين عبيد, the chief editor of an event magazine, and would like to talk about something different tonight. As you know, some of the countries or cities probably, they are concentrating on another industry, which is the exhibitions and conferences gathering every year. So, and one of the big examples probably is the Expo exhibition that has been organized by different countries and different years. So tonight we're going to shed some light on this element and see how this can contribute to the economy of the country or the city that holds such events or activities. So probably, Mr. Fطين, welcome to the program.
Thank you for inviting me to share in such a very important topic that is concentrate in how to develop our countries through, let's say, activating conferences and exhibitions.
Mr. Fطين, probably it's a better idea if you can give us a brief summary about conferences and exhibitions in the globe. As you are working as a chief editor in an event magazine, probably in the past year, and you are exposed to such activities.
In the globe in general, this industry, this activity started many years ago, around 60 years ago, while in the Middle East or in the Arab countries activated or started only before 25 to 30 years. So we have a gap.
So it's been there for a while, for a long time probably.
Right.
In other countries. But it's been introduced to our region recently probably.
Right, we have a gap with the international community in this regard because they are started earlier than us, 10th of years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, the industry started in France, in the United States, and in Britain, as ranked as 3 top countries shared in this activity in the world. Started from France. At that time, they called the exhibitions the well-known name fair. And after that, developed into exhibitions and larger activity or larger in a big place named Expo or expositions. So all the 3 words, fairs, exhibitions, and Expo or exhibitions, give the same, let's say, meaning as the place that we held the activity in. And at that time, those countries, in order to enhance the citizens to activate the economy through this activity, they give them, let's say, advantages not to pay the taxes for the products they have. Also, they give chances for people, even foreigner people living in the country, to share in their platforms in those exhibitions for free in order to be active in the hosting country, besides giving them also complete security during the days of the activity, besides making special courts. If there is a problem inside the exhibition or the fair, there is a special court that can make judgment for any conflict may be occurred or happened during the period of that activity. So after that, nowadays, the world moving to a new industry, that is the mice industry. And the mice industry is a common word in this activity. Of course, the components of 4 main activities that are meetings, incentives, conferences, and exhibitions. So
this is the mice.
Yeah, the mice industry.
Okay, meetings,
incentives, conferences, and exhibitions.
Okay.
So the mice industry nowadays has competitions from one country to another country, from one city to another city in the same country, as happened in Germany or in the United States, that at the same time there are so many mice activities in the same country, and of course the competition between them. The main goal of this competition is to uprise the economy of the country through, of course, through many sectors. The hosting country, in general, will get many benefits from recruiting those newcomers with their products to come or to travel through the destination to arrive the location of the conference. Everything in that country will be active. Every traveling, airports, vehicles, hotels, restaurants, and so many activities will be, let's say, active when those newcomers arrive to your country. And of course, it is a good chance for your country or for your nation to give an excellent image about the heritage of the country through contacting those people who are coming maybe for the first time to visit your country. This activity, that is mice or conferences and exhibitions in general, in a well-known country like the United States of America, shared benefits and profits more than vehicles. Around 30% more income in the total growth of their income comes from conferences and exhibitions.
This is every year?
Yeah.
30%.
30% more than
number.
The vehicle income.
Okay.
So if we want to shed a light, we still, in the Middle East, we need more and more to activate our schedules and our plans.
Okay, let me just stop you here, Fطين, and take a short break and come back to continue. Stay tuned. Welcome back, dear listeners, to this episode of Economy Report. Tonight we are joined by Mr. Fطين Ubaid, the chief editor of an event magazine, and we're talking about conferences and exhibitions and how they contribute to the economy of the country. Mr. Fطين, before the break, you gave us a very good summary about the history of conferences and exhibitions around the globe. Probably now, if you can give us the types of conferences and exhibitions and how they are different from one to another.
We have lists of kinds or types of conferences and exhibitions. Of course, the political one is maybe the most common nowadays during the political events happened in many countries around us. Exhibitions and conferences may be active more in the stable countries like the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia and like some of other Arab countries. Also, we have educational conferences and exhibitions, and to me we have to shed a light about the educational conferences because the Kingdom will host after tomorrow on Tuesday, on the 15th of April, the International Conference and Convention on Higher Education, that are so many universities are coming to Riyadh in order to explore their product. And of course, their product, the teaching, education, that can make exchange between the Saudi experience and the international one by mutual discussion, by supervisory discussions with the people who will be in the exhibition. Of course, most of them are experts in many countries like the United States of America, Holland, Finland, Malaysia, beside the Saudi experts coming from many well-known Saudi universities. Such conference also support our national economy by guiding our let's say generation, our youth, toward which specialty they are going to choose when they graduate from the school, or if they want to continue their master or doctorate degree. Because nowadays, after finishing the university, many persons, many graduates cannot find a job. But if someone guide us toward the vacancies in the region or in the world, maybe help us to reduce the unemployment sector in Saudi Arabia and in the Middle East in general. Of course, the bridge they are going to build with the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia may be continued not during the 3 days of the period of the exhibition, but will continue maybe years after that through, as I said, mutual benefit through experts from both parties. And of course, we have agricultural conferences in many countries. We have charity conferences, and of course, Saudi Arabia is well known by charity exhibitions and conferences, as it is ranked the top-ranked country in the Islamic world. Beside academic conferences held in Saudi universities and colleges, sometimes at school also. And of course, the conferences that held in our universities also recruit experts from other universities, maybe in another region or in another country. So this kind will enrich the sessions that conclude maybe advisory resolutions to develop or direct the specialty or the curriculum of our generation. And of course, we have another kind which is now not common even in the Middle East, that is virtual conferences or exhibitions that you can buy through the internet without leaving your country. But B2B conferences, that is business to business conferences, when held in your country and you see the companies face to face, this kind of seeing each other will build a kind of a trust between two parties, and this trust maybe celebrate or give a new schemes, a new projects in the future. But if you buy through or maybe sign contracts through the websites or through virtual conferences, maybe you doubt about the other parties that you are dealing with. Of course, conferences and exhibitions developed by years in many sectors. We have business events, we have meeting industry, we have also forums from time to time. Also we have symposium, convention, workshops, seminar, and the product launching beside corporate events. All those elements in general share in building and launching the country's economy by, as I said, by giving new tracks, by opening new channels, new activities that the citizens in the country can get benefit, either students who graduate from universities or simple citizens like who share in the family products sometimes in some conferences, or by getting any advice or sharing in any platform in the conference. As I said, this will reduce unemployment in the country and give our graduate a new experience far away from the routine one that they heard in their local country or in their local school.
So this is the type of conferences and exhibitions. As any exhibition or conference should have symposium or forum, or it's not necessarily?
Actually, the forum
or workshops
means many sessions that discussing certain topic, and meetings in general, if you want to say the conference is just a meeting, means that the people gathering in these sessions are below 10 persons.
Mm-hmm.
If they are above 10 persons, we can say they are holding a conference or an event meeting or a business meeting.
Okay. So usually when countries organize such activities, let's take for example the sport activities, just like the Olympics. I mean, the Olympics, most of the time the country is going to spend a lot of money in order to prepare the infrastructure for this tournament to take place.
Right.
How this is benefiting the country?
Actually, we are speaking about the Saudi fans who are fond of sports more than any other nation in the Arab world, maybe. So when buying tickets, when moving to the location of the race, when telling your students, your kids about sports, this will give them a power to share in sports. And, you know, nowadays the players are gaining money more than any other careers. So it is a national income by investing the kind of sports, either football, basketball, etc., by developing it in our school or in our universities, in order to, let's say, in the future to make a good player, and that player can gain money through his career or by training others. Actually, Saudi Arabia, by the way, formed just the past year, according to the resolution from the Saudi Council of Ministers, that has been declared to establish the Saudi Exhibition and Convention Bureau just last year, that gave a glance that really the kingdom is interested to develop and share the international community in this field. And of course, the new Saudi Exhibition and Convention Bureau is held to develop and organize Saudi convention and exhibition sector, as well were to enhance the sector effectiveness within the country economy. Also, this bureau design and implement necessary strategies to achieve the objectives, I mean the economic and national objectives. The resolution that issued last year stated that this bureau will manage by a supervisory committee which is chaired by the President of the Saudi Commission for Tourism and Antiquities. This kind of movement toward sharing such a special Saudi Exhibition and Convention Bureau give us a competition in the international community. Just before years, the kingdom ranked maybe around 100 out of 130 in the global recorded, but lately the Saudi Arabia managed by holding distinguished conferences and exhibitions to skip forward by being in, let's say, in advanced places in the world. Of course, the benefits of the exhibitions in general that are gathering professionals or experts from many other countries to share in their interests and explore the image or the plan or the strategy in their country and lead further planning or collaboration or innovation in the coming years through future projects. Also, the hosting city or the hosting country can get economic through the people delegation who arrived by showcasing the country or the city by building access toward making coming visits, by attracting others to come back, not just to share in the conference and leave the country, but to give a benchmark that will be in his mind, and he will, of course, when arrived back to his country, give a positive image about the people he met, the organizing that he watched, and the benefits that he also gained during to facilities that he faced in the country. Of course, in the country or in the city, if we saw in Riyadh before in Al Janadriya or International Book Fair or the tourism activity, or the maybe after tomorrow the international conference for the higher education, all those activities will accelerate the economy of the country by using the hotels, tourists in the city, services such as operators, local attractions, shops, and many things. Also, if we want to speak about the international benefit between us and the other parties in the world, or guests or visitors who are coming to our country, we can obviously see that the aeroplanes will be active, the buses in the country will be active, even the local movement will be active, and all will be alert to make this kind of activity success, because it is the idea of the country, the conference or the exhibition. If it is attractive, if it is well planned, if there are so many facilities to attract others, it's a benchmark of the country, and all the visitors who are sharing will keep in their mind, in their brain, this excellent or splendid image about this country. The conference or the exhibition is like an injection that you give to the patient, and the patient, of course, can feel happy or sad after this injection. So it is our time to make or plan our agenda toward making real, effective plans toward making our, let's say, conferences and vital business success through the local environment, and also activate the conferences through the websites and the social media, because nowadays many people do not know, maybe in particular, the events that occurred in Saudi Arabia only through the websites or the social media. So we have to be active in planning more and more in this regard. One of the poor points that I met during surviving the websites or checking what's on the websites for certain companies, unluckily I find some websites are, let's say, having only Arabic language on their websites, and when you press the button to check the translation, you will find that is another material that is not associated with the first material. Or some websites also still poor to meet the competition with the other world. So we have to care about the electronic, the technical media that nowadays the other countries ranked in their countries or in their mind number one before seeing the real country. And of course, the companies who shared in the conference or exhibition can gain many attractive advantages or elements because they have a product, and this product is the philosophy or the art is how to show your product, how to showcase your product, how to display your product in the
Why
eyes
don't we postpone this after a short break, Fطين, so we can talk about the types of exhibitions that most companies are using to promote whatever they have. Short break and come back. Stay tuned, please. Okay, welcome back, dear listeners, to this episode of Economy Report. Tonight we are joined by Mr. Fطين عبيد, the chief editor of an event magazine. We're talking about the conferences and exhibitions organizing and the benefit that refers to the country or the city that is holding such activities. So before the break, Fطين, you were talking about the types of products probably, or the way of those companies are displaying their products in an exhibition to promote what they have and to introduce the public to their products in order to make business deals. How does this happen most of the time during those exhibitions?
Actually, the product is the most important item or core during the conference or the exhibition. So you have to exert your effort to make this product attractive for others. If you don't have a product, you will have maybe a message, and this message replaced by a product. Even though we have lastly a target or an aim of our conference, that is to share others our success and to be proud of the thing that we have. Those steps can be gained through making promotion that lead others toward our product. Sometimes we have in the conferences or exhibitions certain samples like a printing material that contains our address, or give away gifts that also share to make a bridge between us and them through keeping our contact numbers and websites, or let's say mutual business cards between both of us. In the past, the kind of exhibitions depends on direct marketing. You have a product and you want to sell this product at the same time. But nowadays you have a product and you want to make marketing for this product for a very long period, maybe for months or for years. And that can gained by, of course, giving and displaying this product. Of course, the quality is very important for your product, and the way that you try to persuading others also is very important, because your aim is to recruit new customers, new clients, beside the ones that you have. And in order to achieve this step, you have to keen about how to start from the early beginning and how to perform during the days of the exhibitions, and to make a strong relationship with others, even if they did not buy from your product in the period of the exhibition. Maybe they will think or plan and contact you after years. So your target is to open a new market and to gain new partners. Those things can be achieved by propaganda, by, as we said, by giving samples, by giving, let's say, an image about yourself and your company and your product and your country. All those integrated factors draws a successful image in the mind of the people who are visiting the country. Beside that, the government, the national government of the country, if it is keen on supporting the exhibitions, it will make a long propaganda to share and to make distinguish kind of activity from time to time. And in the globe in general, there are certain countries that have benchmark for their products, and the date of the the conferences may be held once a year or in anniversary or twice a year, like Brussels, for example, like Seattle, like Montreal in Canada, and of course like Osaka or Germany. Germany is well known of conferences, and of course in the Middle East in the previous years we are affected by China, and many people from our country traveled to China to share in their conferences or to get product from China and sell this product in our country. So this kind of opening new channels with other countries can give us new goals, conclude new images, conclude new benefits, support our national economy. And of course many countries nowadays keen about not to keep the routine image of the conference or exhibition, but to make extra development from time to time, to make extra budget for the media side, to make extra budget for the giveaway gifts, in order to leave an image, a positive image in the mind of others. As we said, China, for example, in China held Canton Fair, and this fair or exhibition held twice a year in spring and fall. This kind of conferences started in China in the year 1957. From that time until now, we have a very long
That's a long
period.
time, actually.
Yeah, right. But
1957?
1957 until now, they held in China in spring and fall the Canton Fair. All people around the world can heard of this fair because of its history, and because people who are traveling to China to share can get benefit easily by the preparation that China and the facilities that made during their exporting materials, and the kind that they deal with the visitors who arrive by offering, let's say, guiding people in the country, because many Arab people traveling to China, they cannot speak English language or Chinese language. But if you have someone to help you, to arrange you, not to deceive you also in the country, those elements will help you to promote your trading the coming years, because you felt that the conference or the exhibition can share in pushing or supporting your activity, your own activity or your country economy. So the coming year you will come back. But if you come to a country, many people will deceive you, will gain extra money from you. You will not have good reservation in the hotels. You will not have, let's say, a place to display your products, or you will discover that the place is so expensive comparing with the other prices in other countries. Maybe next time or next year you will think several times before coming to share in this exhibition. So we have to be alert when speaking about the prices or the brochures that we are forwarding to the people who are going to share, to come to our country, and to be honest and to give them a clear vision, because they are coming maybe for the first time, and our promotion and honest contract will encourage them to come in the coming years. For example, after tomorrow will be an educational event that is well known, maybe occurred in many years before in Riyadh. To me personally, I shared more than once. I contacted some persons, some experts in that exhibitions. I still remember the general speaker of the Ministry of Education in Malaysia, who shared in many conferences in the kingdom, mainly in Riyadh, and I heard their speeches many times, that many educators or many people can get benefit from the advices that they give in education, and the seminars that will be held after tomorrow during the 3 days, the period of the exhibition, will discuss many issues that related to many of us, like of course how to select our specialty in the university, how to build bridges between the universities, how to make a balance of your certificate, how to create an innovative person or a genius person in the new way, new methods of thinking, how to get rid or reduce unemployment among the youth sector, how to build a successful curriculum that is match our period.
Mr. Fطين, I think the time is pressing. Thank you very much for the time that you are given to the program and the valuable information that you have shared with us tonight. And until we meet again, please accept all wishes from our director tonight, Mr. Abdul Latif Al Musa. And thank you, Fطين.
Thank you. It's a great pleasure.
This is your host, Abdurrahman Muhammad Al-Husseini, wishing you a good night. Thank you and goodbye.
We have just brought to you Economy Report. Economy Report. Join us again next week, only on Saudi Radio. Saudi Radio.